I'm James Kirk.
I'm Michi Hoyer.
And you're watching SimNews.Tv.
Pass them both on the wet part of the racetrack. Oh, he swings left and right there. Trying to put Morris up. Morris. Oh! That was so close.
Off there, as they just enter into just on the exit there of the loop. And we also have somebody else in the commentary booth. We also have Sandy, who's actually here at the moment. And I believe we also have David Carter joining us some point throughout the session. We also have, so at the moment then, Fernandez is on pole position with a 140.6 and 2/10 behind him. We have Tom Voss at the moment, just settling behind him in P2 at the moment. Then we also have Jaime in P3, who's also ever so slightly just behind Ryan Elliott. Slips up like again as he heads through Woodcut. And we also have Mihal in P5 and April in P6. That is your top six. I believe Sandeep has just turned up. So, hey Sandeep, how are you doing?
Sorry, I can't hear you very well. Let me just
All right, well, Martin at the moment has just gone into P8 as well. He's just under 7 tenths away from the pole position man, Fernandez, as he just enters into the pit then with that lovely purple car. We also have Stefano in P2. It's just under half a tenth behind. However, in the blue Academy cars, he's got what looks like one of the slow cars of Emmanuel just ahead of him there as he exits the corner of Luffield and gets on the power through Woodcut. As they will head through into Cop's Corner then. So hopefully, Sandeep, you can actually hear me now.
Hi, hello. Hi, sorry I'm late, guys. I noticed, what have I missed so far? I noticed, we got 4 guys in the 140s at the moment.
Indeed, we do. And looks like we're still waiting for a batch of people to complete the times. Looks like we've still got roughly around 8 people left to set a time here throughout the qualifying session. Now just under 10 minutes left to go, and looks like practically everybody is out on track. And I believe someone's actually gone off somewhere. I think that's in
Oh,
the pit.
Francis Cabrera, yeah, into the wall. Oh, I can see what's happened to him. He's on the Wellington straight. Oh, looks like he goes wide. He gets too much curb and then loses the back end, goes backwards into the wall. Yeah, look, I wonder if this is session over. Yep, that's his session over. So Francis Cabrera will start no higher than P26 with a handful of drivers still to go out there. And he's on a 144.1. He's second half clear of Nikos. Now he's down to P28. So
And
I think
Tom Voss has actually run out of fuel as he makes a very slow descent into the pit lane.
Oh, yeah, just made it in time. Yeah, I don't know if you had that issue in FC as well, but I did almost run out of fuel on one of my qualifying laps. Just made it back with about half a liter to spare. But yeah, he's managed to cruise it all the way around the lap to get back to the pits. Tom Voss, I believe he's the Namco manager, if I'm correct. So he's probably got hands on a good car setup from one of his lead drivers, Frank Hamming. So I expect Tom to be doing pretty well tonight. I've seen him doing a lot of practice all week, or at least the past couple of weeks. I've seen him doing a lot of laps. So if I don't see Tom in the top 5, I'm pretty sure he'd be disappointed with his night. It's another couple of names I noticed. Ryan Elliott, he's the ITC Division 2 champion. So obviously tin tops, a little bit different to open wheel. Let's see how he does tonight. Yeah, if any bosses want to keep an eye on him. He's also the Red Archer reserve driver on the grid. Speaking of Red Archer, we do have Nikos. He's going to kill me when I can't pronounce his surname. But Red Archer manager down there in P22. I believe he took part in the Turkey Academy race, and he said he enjoyed it pretty well. So I think he's having another little adventure tonight. See how he does. Is there anyone else you want to looking out for tonight? I don't know if someone's spoken about it before.
Not at the moment, from my point of view. It looks like everybody here I've mostly seen before, but obviously there will be a few new people. And so far, it's looking quite competitive because the top 13 is covered by a full second. So that obviously shows that it is competitive in these academy races. But however, when you tend to get further down the grid, that's when the times start to become more sparsed out. But as I said before, just over and just under 10 minutes to go. But now it's also just over 5 minutes left to go. And the drivers will be starting to hit the rampage where they'll have to now find the limit of this track before they will run out of time. And some of them might not be able to get in their fastest lap that they really want to be able to do.
What do you think was a key thing for your setup around it? Did you go for a little bit more low wings, or did you set up for, like, say, Maggots or Beckett's area?
To be honest with you, I think I have to do a bit of compromise because you obviously want that top speed because, of course, you have the Wellington straight and the Hanger straight. But again, like you said, you've got Maggots and Beckett's and Chapel Curve where you also need that downforce to get you through the corners. So I think you have to do a bit of little compromisation as you head through those corners. And consistency and smooth is definitely one of the main factors around this track because if you are too aggressive with the car, it can completely and utterly kill you. Meanwhile, Martin has just gone to the top of the time sheet, so 140.5, just under, sorry, a 10th clear of Fernandez there, set in P2 as he is not out on the track at the moment.
Ooh, 40.5 is a good lap. I've seen some of the academy guys do low 40s when I saw them in practice. So there's definitely more time out there for many drivers. I don't think this top 5 or 10 is set up properly. So yeah, speaking of which, you want to say who's gone fastest?
Yeah, Tom Voss by
Ooh,
an absolute country mile of just under 3 tenths. So
that's a
obviously a
great,
very good
yeah,
lap.
that's a great lap. 140.308.
And
was-
Caitlin Penny at the moment sat there in 14th place, but she was in the race, I believe, at Turkey. Out of all the drivers I've seen so far on today's list, she was the highest finishing place here last time out at Turkey. So maybe she can carry on and bring that momentum here towards Silverstone.
It's another name I noticed, P17, Christoph Liechtenstein, who is a former Super Cup champion. So great to see Christoph back on the career ladder grid. Let's see how he does tonight. I don't know if he did do Turkey or not. Did you watch the Turkey race?
He did,
Yeah,
yes, he
yeah.
did.
Okay,
He
okay.
finished
So
up in P29. However, yeah, there was a lot of DNFs in that race. 10 did not finish as, and Christoph ended up being
yeah,
one of those DNFs. So obviously
yeah,
we won't be hoping
yeah.
for that time around Silverstone. So let's see if he can improve and potentially get a top 10 in today's race.
I gotta say, I love the turnout tonight. 38 cars out on track. I mean, I don't think we get that many in FC. And yeah, 38 drivers wanting to prove themselves on the career ladder. People who wants to watch out. A lot of that I've not seen. A lot of new names. Noticed one guy has caught my eye is Vadim Chamokin. He's the first time I've seen him on the academy list. I'm gonna gamble and bet and say he's gonna do pretty well tonight. Actually, I did notice as well. The race is 22 laps, so it's 22 laps race. Obviously, in Formula Challenge we had two 13-lap race. So I don't know if you want to suggest what do you reckon will be the main strategy people will go for tonight. Do you reckon one stop or zero stop?
Well, I think if you push it for a zero stop, then you are absolutely going to have to do some immensely good tyre saving. But for me, the one stop is the optimum strategy. I'm going to presume between around lap 13 to 17, we'll see most of the drivers pitting. But of course, if you have some instance early on, you might see them pitting quite early and potentially trying to make their tyres go from, say lap 2 all the way to the end of the race.
I don't see any charts. I noticed David Sierra going up to P2, 140.577. Do you reckon anyone else will beat Tom Ross's lap time, 40.3? Because I don't see anything to suggest anyone's going to get near that at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like you're probing me right here. However, pretty much everybody is out on track at the moment, so you never know. You never know. But I really would say the top 6 have probably, out of anybody, the best chance to top Tom Voss's time because at the moment he is out there and absolutely dominating this qualifying session. Because from a normal perspective person's eye, you might think, oh, 2.5 tenths is, it looks going. Actually, I say that Fernandez pops up into P2 just a
Yep.
tenth slower than Voss.
No,
So times will be definitely getting faster as we
yeah.
head into the last minute of qualifying.
Stefano's on a good lap here. Purple middle sector, personal best middle sector. Where's he going to end up? He's going to go up to 4th place. Got another place higher. Notice Fernandez as well, also on a purple final sector. He's gone for another lap to see if his tyres can hold. It's not going to be able to hold. He just lost it at the end of Wellington Straight, and that's his qualifying over. So that's another person that can nick pole away from Tom Voss off the grid. Anyone else doing?
Well, Ryan Elliott just improved his time there. He did a 140.9. So did a Staffino 140.5. Another guy that's on the good lap here. Both green sectors there. Vadmim Sat there in
Bad him.
P7 at the moment.
Bad
I'll
him.
say
Lost
that. There he
P3.
goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, P3. Good lap from in there. 140.4. Looks at that. P23 at the moment. Damon is on both green sectors, so potentially we might see a good amount of position change there for Damon. Also, Josh Downard also improving a lot. Oh, he's going to have to improve a lot because he is quite a bit off the pace at the moment. So expect him to be somewhere up the top 10 because I'm pretty sure he's made a few FC appearances throughout the season so far.
Well, we've got there Ryan Elliott's on the PB second. Oh, he's gone wide into the Cop's corner, but he get away with that. Coming up to Magus and Beckett's. No one else doing a. Who else is doing a good lap?
Mihao just got a good lap. Just gone up to P8 there, 140.8 as well. Looks like Ryan Elliott is also on another improvement as well. Liam Rance jumped up to 10th place while you're speaking there as well. So he's on a 141.1. Josh Downer then there he goes up into P15, 141.5. We also see some improvements further down the grid. P33, Francis, 143.2.
Here comes Ryan Elliott back across the line. And where's this moving him up to? It goes 7th. Good lap. Good lap. He recovered quite a lot of time actually in the last sector compared to Tom Voss. He took 2 attempts out of Voss in the final sector. So for Ryan Elliott up in P7, ITC Division 2 champion. He was complaining about the car setup earlier. He didn't quite like the feel between the there's a lot. I don't know how if you've driven the ITC cars and open wheelers. There's a lot. It's some drivers you can take him. You can go as fast as you want in an ITC car, but you chuck them an open wheeler, they won't be as good, and then it works both ways. I admit myself, I'm pretty useless in the ITC car to the open wheelers.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, last improvements then we also saw Mihal gone as well, improved to 140.8. We saw Vadam almost got Fernandez for P2. He's literally 1,000th slower than Fernandez. Unfortunately, he lost that time in the middle sector. So obviously he made some sort of error through Maggots Beckett, or maybe comps. We don't really know. Caitlin Penny also improved to make herself promote up into 14th. We also saw who else? I'm trying to find it now again. Here we go. Yes, we also saw Rietberg got the top 30, so definitely a good lap for them, Rietberg. I think he'll be happy with a top 30, but obviously a long race to go. He needs to keep himself clean on that opening lap because I feel like that opening lap will be absolutely key and necessary on that opening lap. As the drivers then, looks like we're just waiting to commence into a race, and I believe is that Caitlin Penny? Yes, it is.
I do like how close the top 6 are though, within 3 attempts. We're in for a good race, I feel.
Yes, as Caitlin Penny then just returns back to the pits, I believe. No, actually, no. I think she is. Oh, I am right. Here we go into the warm up then. So the drivers are making their last preparations in these last 10 minutes to go here, as the drivers will have to maybe do some practice their pit stops. Maybe practice do some pit entry, practice a start when they leave the pit lane. Who knows? This is where we get to see in a weird way, we get to see the proper testing of the drivers.
How do you prepare yourself for your races and in the warm up? Do you practice start? Do you a couple of laps on race fuel and then come back to the pits? So
Well, I mean, normally, obviously, because we're pretty much halfway through the season. I've pretty much nailed the starts. Pit stops and pension, all that kind of stuff. So what I tend to use the warm up for a bit of a weird way because obviously, when you're practicing on the main server that we have here over GPWC, most of the time you're always going for that consistency of just a race laps, or you're going for that, that 1 lap pace of qualifying. But I tend to use the warm up here in a weird way. I use it actually for just overtaking practice. So I will, I would just plan to get out there with a bunch of drivers and just obviously don't not go too aggressive because just there's no need to do it. But I'll use it just to see where overtaking spots will emerge from out through me throughout the race. Josh Down as he makes his way then through the field, getting on the power as he'll head into Woodcote. and then down the back straight before he'll be entering into Cop's corner for the first time here in the warm-up session. Now, this is weirdly one of those crucial sessions that if there was ever a session that it could bring the most diverse one, it would be definitely this one, because people like, say, whoever qualify further down the grid, you might end up seeing them say top 10 because people might not bother to compete in the warm-up session just because they don't feel they don't need to participate in the warm-up session, which can then promote some other people being further up the grid, just to see, even though it's not our true representation of where they are, but it can give them self-confidence in a way, I guess, if you want to take it, as before the race begins.
Yep, 22 lap race. Tyre wear's quite abusive, to be honest. It's usually, I still say no, high tyre wear around here, especially sector 2, Magus and Beckett's, that obviously kills your tyres, and then Cops and Stowe corner again, 2 other tyre killing corners on this track. I mean, and then obviously we got a 38 car grid. Sorry, 37. Someone has left without me noticing. Well, hopefully they come back. But 37 cars on the grid. I mean, these academy cars. They're killer to follow as well in dirty air. There, so that also affects your tire wear. So, do you reckon it's gonna be 1 stop or 0 stop? Because Silverstone has one of the shortest pit lanes. So I reckon we're gonna see at least majority of the grid 1 stopping tonight.
I do reckon so. Maybe, just maybe, you could make the 2 stop work if you go really aggressive on the tires and just trying to go flat out for the majority of the race. Maybe we could see that happening throughout the racing. But me personally, I think if a 2 stop happens, 9 times out of 10, it will mostly be because of an incident along the lines throughout the racing. But as I said before, the 1 stop should be the majority strategy for most of these drivers. So we'll see how it plans out today. And we've also got the likes at the moment. Justinez was setting purple times as he is completing his laps. Also, Lazores in P21 at the moment, also not set a time. He is going purple. But the first lap then completed in the warm-up session goes to Justinez, where these drivers will be doing their last preparation, getting their last mindset ready, their physical set ready, and any other things they must do before they take on this grueling 22-lap race here at Silverstone. Now, the temperature at the moment for these drivers is not too high at the moment. It's a 21 degrees, so obviously that is their definite and optimum temperature range for these tyres, and hopefully as well for these
It's
drivers should be good.
it's pretty warm for England, to be honest. 21 degrees, especially in the evening.
I mean, that is actually true, but
Yeah.
I mean, most days it's been 24, 25-ish degrees, so we were against it before. We will see how this race is going to pan out. So, of course, that lap 1, crucial going through Abbey. The start in these cars, I find, is definitely a critical part of the race because you have to nail that start. And, of course, some of these drivers might not even be using launch control. So, or traction control, the aid you can have in these cars. So, that might also play effectiveness here for the start of the race.
Yeah, I mean, with how the car works in the day, yeah, the start's probably one of the crucial part of the race because, I mean, if you get stuck behind someone, you have to have a clear pace advantage to get by them, in my opinion, or you can pressurize them to mistake. But yeah, trying to get past someone without a clear pace advantage makes dirty air killer. So I mean, hopefully, if people are going to be aggressive at the start, I want to see a clean race between everyone. You never want to see a controversial race, do you?
No,
I mean,
not at all. And speaking of controversy, Campbell Wallace at the moment, as he heads down the hangar straight, is missing his front wing. And I believe he got into some contact with Caitlin Penny some point throughout the lap. So,
I suppose you'd rather get your crashes done in warm up than in a race.
yeah, I mean, obviously it's not ideal to have a penalty. Not penalty, sorry, a crash straight off the bat before the race has begun. But obviously, that could knock his confidence. But I mean, I don't really know.
I'm not the mind of him, so can't really tell at this stage of the warm-up session. But as for just under 5 minutes to go then, before we will be going lights out, and away we go then for the race very soon here on GPWC. Some people to look out for as well throughout the grid. We've also got Norbert Payson. At the moment, a couple of seconds off. I'm going to presume that is, looks like everybody at the moment is on race pace times. So these times you're seeing it probably at the moment is 9 times out of 10 will be their race pace set of times as a Vadmin hops into first place, just over 10th quicker than Lazores. So this as also is a nice way to see what everybody's race pace in clean air will look like. But obviously, racing conditions, race pace is obviously a key part, but not as key as being fast is one thing, but you've got to be able to make overtake happen to promote yourself and make yourself better throughout the racing. Looks like everybody at the moment just at the moment we've had pretty much half amount of people turning up today, setting a time in this warm-up session. So, but I think we've had a few more than half a grid out there on the track, as most people now just they're not already, but most of them will be heading back into pits very soon, as we'll be getting ready to go racing here at Silverstone, the home of the British motorsport. Was originally an airfield, and it can pretty much hold around 100,000 spectators, as this race was the first race held, funny enough, in 1950. It has 18 turns, 5,891 kilometers long, 22 laps we'll be doing, and the pole time was a 1:40.1, I believe. So at the moment, those are your current statistics before we'll be going racing here very shortly, just over 2 minutes time. We'll be getting the formation app to go underway. So leave a comment then. Who do you think out of all these 37 drivers will be able to win here today for the Academy race? Me personally, obviously, I don't want any bias going on. So I'm going to keep my options open of who's going to win, because these Academy races can bring unpredictability, and definitely very much the open wide world, pretty much, I guess you're going to call it, because everybody going flat out. Of course, this is a long race here, so have to bear that in mind. Of course, another thing you have to bear in mind is obviously teams, saying Super Cup, Super League Line, Super League, FC, might be watching this race more so, especially FC teams, because they might not have a driver ready for their race, so that might take into account here, as it looks like we're getting ready to go to racing very, very soon. Sandeep, any last words before we go lights out?
Hopefully 38 cars on the grid. I want to see a clean race. I mean, we had 10 DNFs, did you say, in Turkey? So I really hope everyone finishes this race, to be honest. So, someone has a bad start, crashes out, may I suggest to just go back to the pits, just fix the car and drive to the end, because I'm not someone rage quit. Yeah. But looking at qualifying, close in the top 5 or 6. So I think we're in for a really, really good night, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. And at the moment, everybody is just looking like they're entering into the pits then. So here is then your race rundown here before we'll be going lights out. So on pole position, we have Tom Vosten on pole position. P2, we have Fernandez. P3, Vadim. P4, we will have David. P5, we have Stefano. P6, we have Martin. P7, we have Ryan Elliott. P8, we have Jaime. P9, we will be having Mihal. P10, we have Liam Rance. P11, we have Bobby. So that then is just around your top 10 grid. And then now the drivers will have roughly a minute, just under a minute before it will be going into the formation lap. And the drivers were doing their last minute preparations, just double checking their setup, making sure they are ready because this will be probably one of the longest races on the calendar as the drivers, because of course the track is actually quite long for these cars. So at the moment, it is absolutely anybody's game. Anybody, I'm going to reckon, in this top 10 could potentially win. We might have a surprise victory or podium outside the top 10, but we never know. We literally, we never know throughout this grid. So here we go then. We have roughly 10 seconds then before we'll be getting ready to go green. So Sandeep, can you sort of predict what's going to happen throughout the first couple of corners?
I'm gonna predict Fernandez for the win. To be honest.
Well then,
Yeah. What
Tom
are you?
Voss.
Who are you gonna go for? Tom Voss?
Uh, looks like, I mean, if he can keep the pace up, there is pretty much no reason why. So,
Oh,
would
something's
be
going
then.
on with
Oh
David
my.
Sierra. Yeah.
No, I think it's Martin actually. Yeah, it's Martin. And somebody's doing a barrel roll on the start
Yeah.
finish line.
Sierra hasn't moved off the grid. Oh, now he's going. Okay.
Yeah, but I
Oh, wow.
think Martin stalled or something off the line. As it looks like everybody then, so people already have damage. I'm trying to figure out who that was involved. I'm having a look. It could have been, so it looks like people, yeah, I think Nikos was also involved. Simon Marshall, I don't think he was. Looks, someone's missing a front wing. That's Peter. Peter's been involved. Rick also involved in that. Paul Dillon also involved. Who else? Because I believe there was more. Yeah, Norbert Payson involved them. Did we have any top 10 casualties on that crash? Yes, we did. Staffino as well, starting P5. So yeah, it looks like already contact. We've not even gone lights out yet.
Yeah.
So here
Yeah.
we go then, down the hangar straight. For the first time here then, on the formation lap, there's a moment then they look like they were going
They're-
four wide.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're really spread out. Voss needs to back the pack up here because this guy's
Yeah.
coming out of cops and Voss is almost down at. He's in Stowe already, and yeah, I mean after that, well, I've never seen anything like that on the formation lab at the start. I don't know if you have, but yeah, Voss is doing the right thing at the moment, just backing the pack up. The last thing you want to do is get to the grid and be waiting for like a minute and a half. These engines do get hot really quickly.
Oh, and there's someone spinning off. I was about to say you don't want to back them too much because yeah, Josh Down would have found that out and he goes spinning off on the exit of Stowe because
Ooh.
the problem if you back them too much, people come flying around the corners. Don't expect it and have to slam the brakes on because not only do you see that in sim racing, you also see it in real life in different other forms of motorsports and other series throughout the world. But here we go then, as the drivers come around after a little bit of a messy formation lap. But nevertheless, we'll be going racing finally here. But 22 grueling laps around Silverstone. Few cars starting in the pits then. So here we go then. The last few drivers taking their grid or making a pit stop weirdly before we going lights out and away we go. So now just waiting and waiting for the start sequence to appear on those lights then. As we sit and wait, who will get the jump? Will it be Tom Voss or will it be Fernandez?
Yeah, light sequence hasn't started yet. Okay, now we're gonna have a good lights out. Here we go.
Here we go then. 3, 4, 5 lights. And lights out and away we go. Then somebody in the full place stalled. I think that might have been I think that was Rick then off the line, but Tom Voss. Look at that. He's already got smoke coming out of his car as he enters turn one. But he's got the time. He's got a couple of cars going wide as well. That's into Peter. There goes Fernandez making a move on top of Voss. He cannot make the move though into Village as he enters. There's 3 wide almost there between the Tom Voss and just behind holding onto the position. Fernando settles into P2. Van Demme in P3. Ryan Elliott moves up to P4. Good start from in there. But the battlefield then, Tom Voss going. He's been caught napping. And look, here comes Fernandez. Fernandez then this section. We look at that. Also, then here comes Van Demme. Can he make the move? No, he cannot. But Fernandez then into P1, then through he goes, and he takes the lead of the race here. Look at that, Ryan Elliott. There's also contact at the back as well. A couple of cars going wide out on the exit of Aintree. But Fernandez leading the field as he enters Woodcote. But behind him, Tom Voss is under pressure again from Random. So he's had a really bad start here because here comes Random into Stowe Corner. Can he make the? No, he cannot actually. Again, Ryan Elliott into P4. So one of the cars going wide there. I believe that was that was Jaime then in the Cyan Blue Academy car to enter Maggots, Beckett's, and Chapel for the first time here. Tom Voss then, as I said before, being caught napping a bit here because Fernandez takes the early lead into the battle, appearing a bit further down the pack. I think it's the battle for P9 between Bobby and David. Then, so Sandy, what do you think? What do you make of that start?
Yeah, I was watching more of the midfield. There was a big crash in the background. That's why you see already a big spiel spread out from the top 10 onwards. But yeah, Tom Voss lost the lead at the start. Let's hopefully he keeps his focus because he's obviously got the pace to keep up with Fernandez. If he doesn't panic, lets the car naturally drive, he should get right back on it. Ryan Elliott, gone up to P4. He's had a great start. Let's see how he gets on today. And yeah, I mean, the guy that P4, I think it was David Sierra, he had a terrible start. I don't know if he was using launch control or his own manual start, but he's lost 5 positions.
Yeah, definitely. We've already had our first DNF for the race then in being Emmanuel. So he's had a retirement. Nichols also had a bad start. He lost it on the on the exit story of Vale and Club. I see there's some other cars coming out. I think that's Losaurus down there in P33. Albert had a bad start as well. Justines, Francis, Josh Downer down to P13. So not the best of starts for these guys, but like or otherwise, Fernandez, as he exits Woodcote, has already built out a 1 second gap baton. Behind him is Tom Voss. And then behind him, Van Dam, Ryan Elliott, Jaime, Liam Rance had a good job. He's up to P6. Mihao in P7. David's P8. Martin P9. Caitlin Penny then rounding out the top 10. So a good start from her then. And then P11, Bobby's. It wasn't P9. He's had a disappointing start. He's lost a couple of positions, but almost a bit of a tire screeching there. But P12 behind him is April. So what can April do in the slipstream? Caitlin Penny makes a little bit of mistake, but what can Bobby do in the slipstream? He's going to pull to the left hand side. They will go side by side as they enter Stowe Corner. Bobby round the outside. Clean as there's contact between the two. Bobby's round. I believe that's Caitlin Penny as well. Yes, it was Caitlin Penny then. They used to make contact as they entered into Stowe. And I don't know how to call that one as they rejoined safely though. So no further actions to be taken or contact between those two. Yeah, disappointing there for Caitlin and Bobby. They just made contact as they entered Stowe Corner.
Yeah, that's one of those little pathetic spins. You just make one little contact with the side of an open wheel and it just spins around. That's how much on the knife edge our cars are. But back at the front, Tom Voss, he's hanging in there. But he's just in DRS range of Fernandez. Yep, he's got DRS on. So is Vadim hasn't got DRS. Tom Voss, he's in the DRS range. He's going to try and close that gap up. They're starting to drop. The top two are starting to run away a little bit with this race. Do you think so? I mean, second and a half now.
Yeah, definitely. Tom Voss then set the fast lap of the race, 141.4, 2 tenths clear and faster than Fernandez. So Tom Voss rapidly then gaining in a couple of more laps time. He'll definitely be on the back of Fernandez and definitely waiting to pounce. So at the moment then, bit of a messy start, but however, it's still a long race, still 20 laps to go. So literally anything can happen as Paul Dinner's in the pits as well. So he has not had a good start to this race. As I mentioned before, Ryan Elliott sealed in that P4 at the moment. Van Dam has lost a little bit to the front two, so at the moment he's in a bit of clean air. So this might be able to help him out here because if he can pull away from Ryan Elliott, he'll be quite happily running his own race and maybe could put out even an undercut or an overcut if he looks after his tyres well enough.
Yeah, Voss has gained quite a lot in this final sector of the lap. He's closed up to 6 tenths now. Fernandez, who knows? It could be is the tyres going off on Fernandez already, or Voss is just. Do you ever get motivated when you're following a car in front? You know you're quicker than him. Do you ever just feel like you find like an extra 5% of yourself? I feel like that's what's happening with Voss right now. He's now closed the gap up to half a second. Yeah, he's still out. With DRS. I think he'll be able to get a close enough run of Fernandez here. I think he needs another couple of attempts from somewhere, but So Ross needs to be a little bit careful with the track limits. I saw him on the first lap running wide in cops, and he done it again the second lap.
Well, so
a lot
far,
of-
the battle for P6 is between Liam Rance and Martin. These two have been switching positions at the moment as they enter Brooklands and then Luffield. So Liam Rance at the moment just about holding on to that P6, but Martin behind him is absolutely waiting to pounce. But behind him, actually enough, is David, because David has had a much better exit. And here comes it. Will he look inside with into cops? No, he's not. He's going to attempt the outside lane. Is there enough for him? He's going to make it work. He's off the track a bit there. But he's going to have to yield that position because he did actually make the overtake happen off track. But will he give the position back or not? Doesn't look like he will. So David then will make himself into a controversial P7. That has gifted Liam Rance a little bit of breathing time here. But it won't be for long because here comes David back in the slipstream. Opens up DRS. Shifting up into 6th gear. I think he's going a little bit defensive actually from behind him over Martin. But April then up into 9th place well. Obviously because she got lucky between I believe it was, yeah, Bobby and Caitlin Penner. They made contact on that opening lap of the racing. But as he said before, Tom Boss is itching, and itching, that's definitely the wrong word. But he is definitely gaining on Fernandez as they start a lap. Lap 4, here we go.
Lap 4 P6. Rance goes defensive into turn 1. If he keeps it to the right, he should be able to hold the outside. But if you brake later than your guy on the inside here, you get on the inside for turn 3 here. And I think that's what's going to happen. Yep. Good race car by Tatui there. But now Rance, who's got DRS? No, Tatui's got the DRS. No? No, Sierra, sorry, I've got the names completely wrong. Sierra's got the DRS, he goes defensive on the inside. Rance is going on the inside. Is there room? Yes, there is.
That was a good lunge.
That's a great move, yeah.
It was a little bit late, but Liam Rance made it work.
But they didn't make contact and it was clean, which is what you like to see.
However, this is really not helping their race store because look at that. There is literally a train now from P6 all the way down to P10-ish. So there's their contact between the two. I think they've got very close indeed. But here comes Martin and almost taps the rear end at Liam Rance and goes side by side as they enter Maggots Beckett.
This is going to end badly, I feel.
It's getting very close. You are right there. But look at that, David then gets himself into P6 now. If he's careful here, he could quite quickly run away with this P6 and be on the charge for P5. But meanwhile, Tom Voss is actually struggling a bit here to gain on Fernandez because he's not had the great. Oh, there's contact between the two. That is who's that? That's on the grass. That was Mihal then, I believe that was. As he got on the grass down the hanger straight, that got very intense between those lot there. And meanwhile, Fernandez then, as he starts that 5, 6 tenths clear of Voss, but Voss is starting to again ramp up the speed of his car and is slowly but surely gaining on Fernandez very, very quickly. However, David as well has managed to put a little bit of a comfortable margin here between him and Liam Rance because Martin is literally pouncing at every single opportunity here to somehow get past Liam here. As that is Mihal running wide again. Francisco has just made a position up into 13. And that is, the Sneakos making his way up to the field. He's up into P15. He goes side by side with Angel. They still go side by side into Brooklands. And as Nikos then keeps the position as they enter the field then. And then Nikos is just about hold on to P14. As he'll be starting with that 5 anyway. He's halfway through that 5. At the moment, Fernandez leads the field so far. Tom Voss is rapidly gaining. He's gained at least 2 tenths so far this lap. Now there is something happening right in front of those two. And I was not expecting at this early. It's literally just completed just over 20% as they both run wide. And next is going. Now that is actually lap car. It's just ahead of them.
Oh, there's a big crash I heard. Where's that?
I'm going to see myself. It's Peter. No, Peter.
What's happened here then? Has he gone wide in cops?
No
yes,
idea.
he has. Yes, he has. Yeah, he's gone wide in cops corner.
Did he just run wide or was there anything to
Yep,
do with
just
it?
generally went wide, and lost the rear end into the walls, DNF. Front left tyre's gone, engine was gone. That's how, unfortunately, that's our 3rd DNF for the night. back of the front. Boss is still right on Fernandez's tail. He's not letting him breathe at the moment. 4 tenths is the gap at the moment with him, Chamonki, and he's still 2 seconds back. And right Elliott, he's under a bit of pressure from Taturi at the moment. He's gonna, with Taturi, be able to get a run on him into Cop's corner. Still, I feel like it's a bit too far back. Sierra and the Rance battle has calmed down a few notches. Noticed, what else have we got going on? Got Josh Downard of the MDR Academy. He's P23. He's on the back of Theo Isragli, a Greek driver. There's not many close battles going on. Can't hear my commentator at the moment, George Whitehouse. I don't know if something's happened to his mic. I'll try.
Oh, I've been on mute. Oh dear.
Okay, that's explained everything.
Sorry about that. I was speaking there, but Mihao, sorry, P17 is literally, I don't know how he's managed it. He's ran one on the exit of Stowe and completely and utterly barrel rolled on the exit there. I don't know if you saw that.
No, sorry, no.
Flipping across the whole track. Luckily nobody hit him. But yeah. And with stretching his legs then a bit, he's starting to increase the gap, mainly because actually, if I believe I'm right in saying they are now actually catching up to a lap prior, so this should be quite interesting. Let's see how he's going to play this one.
Yeah, this is probably one of the worst places where you want to catch a back marker, especially into Maggots and Beckett's. Let's see how this back marking goes. Will he let him buy through Maggots? I would if I was him. Oh, okay. This is going to affect Fernandez. Although Voss has had a poor first part of the Maggots. Oh yeah, it's gone off. Oh, please don't come back within these. Okay, that's okay. That's right. Ooh, you always get worried when a back marker goes off in front of you. You don't know where he's going to come out.
Yeah, definitely. As Damon's gone off as well. He's now just DNF. So as yeah, I sort of mentioned before, Mihao. But yeah.
Back for P5, P4, Ryan Elliott. It's going on the inside.
Side by side. Oh, squeeze again. Contact between the two as well, but fair enough. He gets the position then.
Yep.
And Tatuhu is gonna into P4.
I know Tatui did complete the overtake off the track, but I suppose he had nowhere else to go, to be honest. I've decided if I'm probably saying his name wrong, so I'm apologising for that, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Is funny enough, Vadim has gone purple in the final sector, so he's starting to gain a bit of pace, and so maybe, just maybe,
yeah,
he gets into this one very very
Did he get a bit of DRS maybe from the back marker? I think that's why he's on the purple sector, maybe. But he's still hanging around about 2 seconds back. He might be protecting his front tyres at the moment. Then when the pit stops come round, try and do the overcut or the undercut. I mean, where are we on lap 8? If 4 or 5 laps away, you reckon, from the pit window opening?
Not too sure. They should be opening very soon. In fact, I'm gonna give it at least another 5 laps to go. But Ryan Elliott, as he was making his way down the Wellington Straight, was literally weaving everywhere to make an
back for P6. Sierra and Rance are back together again.
Yep, Sierra and Rance, they both go wide.
Both go wide, and yeah, I guess screw track limits tonight, isn't it?
Looks like
aye.
Through Maggots and Beckett's, Liam Rance, you can just see that the dirty air really affecting his car as he gets on the power. He's on it. No, it looks like he's on a bit of a worse exit compared to David. It's going to have DRS though.
Yep.
I don't think it'll be enough though.
Yeah, Ryan Elliott's back onto his tail. Goes defensive into Stowe corner. He's cut back underneath him. Now, will he be able to outbrake him on the outside? Oh, no.
Well, he thought about it.
He had a look.
Yeah.
Felt like Ryan was in the wrong gear there, to be honest.
Our first pitter. Sorry, I thought he crashed then. Was David? As he enters the pits then. This is interesting. Will this make other people pit? Now, if Liam Rance is going to play it smart here, he could do this 2 ways. He could protect the undercut from David. However,
you know, we're still under 50% done of this race. You know, we'll have to suffer time at the end of the race, or he could effectively do the alternate strategy, do the overcut, and have better time at the end and do a challenge on David.
Heard another crash somewhere. Where is that? P14. Nikos has ran turn 2. What's happened to him?
I know. Oh, Rick is dead as well. Quite literally, actually.
Oh, he's lost it on the braking. Okay. Sorry, you say it was another crash?
Yeah, Rick. He just had a massive crash. But Lazarus also in the pits as well. So following David's footprints by the looks of it.
Oh yeah, Rick. Yeah, he caught the outside curb on Stowe on the way into the corner, and then that spun the car around, and he's gone straight into the wall. Yeah, DNF lost his front wing, suspension damage. I think unfortunately another retirement there. It's a crucial thing now. If I was Rance, I would just stay out at the moment, only because Sierra has come out behind two cars. He's stuck in traffic. He can't make the most of these fresher tyres. So if I was Liam Rance, I'll just carry on, staying out. He's going to gain more time. Actually, he's got his pit. No, he turned his pit request on. Okay, I thought he was going to come into the pit lane there. But yeah, Sierra, anytime he's wishing to gain on those fresh tyres, are just gone right now. Especially, he's going to have a run on Theo.
Close then.
That run on Theo on the hanger straight. Here we go.
Wide though. In the slipstream. Can he gain enough?
Now, what's this? He's not gaining as much in the DRS, but Theo's giving him the corner pretty much. Okay, I guess he picked his battle there.
Looks like it as well.
Yeah, although Dieva's going defensive into the last corner. Okay.
So far we've only had 6 DNFers as we've completed 45% of this race so far. So maybe more crashes to come, who knows, but we'll just have to sit tight and wait about this one. But at the moment, Fernandez, your race leader, as he is on lap 11.
Only 2 attempts ahead. I don't know if Fernandez made a mistake somewhere.
Yeah, because Voss is all over the back now.
Is his tyres going off now?
Don't know at the moment. Let's see if he can gain all the dirty air effect. Yeah, dirty air. Completely affecting Tom Voss through Magnus and Beckett's.
Yeah, the thing absolutely kills you in Maggotts and Beckett's. Although, okay, that's a bit controversial there. I'll say Voss gained a bit of time cutting that area there. To be fair, he did lift off afterwards. I'll let him off for that. But they both got their pit request on. Are they both going to come in? Okay, Fernandez is in. Oh, Voss changed his mind.
That was definitely unexpected.
Yeah, here we go. Pit lane battle then.
This is what we've all been waiting for. Quite literally, as the top 3 all come into the pits.
I was wondering if Voss make it down to the pit lane speed limit there.
I cannot tell. He must have.
I did. Let's find out at the end of this, but Vadim came in as well. Who else is in? Ryan Elliott's in, April's in. A lot of pit stops this lap, halfway through the race.
Now this will be interesting actually.
People splitting it.
David. Oh, he's out. Never mind, he's out. David's out.
And Voss did get a drive-through. He didn't make it down in time.
Oh dear.
Oh, okay. So that's gonna ease up the pressure on Fernandez then. That's gonna absolutely kill Voss right now.
Yeah.
I saw a yellow flag in turn 3, by the way. I don't know who that was spun off to the inside.
Yeah.
It's Paul Dillon. Oh, he's DNF now.
Now, David has retired. I'm just looking at what happened. Looks like he went for a bit of a late lunge into Luffield and hit the back of Josh Bowers and just pirouetted off his car. And that was just enough for him to say, my race is over pretty much. I believe there's somebody else in the pits as well. And that's Nikos also into the pits. But at the moment, your race leader is not yet pitted as Tatutu. As he has got a 4-second gap behind him is Liam Brandt. So and after that, we have all some pit people emerging throughout the field. But meanwhile, Tom Voss is on the back of Fernandez as they'll be entering through Stowe Corner. So the top 2 at the moment, then both into the pits. Can Fernandez defend off from Voss, because in front of them
is as well.
Oh,
a lap
Voss
stop.
goes wide. Outbraked himself there, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think Fernandez knows that Voss has the penalty at the moment. He can. If I was Voss right now, I would just pit to get it out of the way. To be honest, I don't know how much he's stuck in someone's dirt. Yeah, he could probably come out. Where would he come out if he pitted right now?
I'm looking at it mostly around 14th, 15th. I'm gonna go for a guess.
I think as well. Yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see when he does end up making his penalty happen. But one person who's actually on a good recovery drive at the moment is Josh Downward. He's up to P12 after his first lap excursions. And he's on a good charge to the field. I feel like if he can get a top 10, should be a decent result for him.
So what's that closest battles? You've got a battle for P2, P5's getting a bit tasty
P6.
down there.
It's P6.
Yeah.
No, P5 even. Caitlin
Yeah.
Penny.
Has Stefano pitted?
No.
Is there Rosso? Has he pitted?
No.
Has he? Okay. Oh, he's gonna. Oh,
contact.
Yep. I'll be honest, I was a bit too far back to be honest. For
Well, I will have a look for you.
let's have a look.
Looks like they just went side by side, you know.
I suppose, yeah.
It's not worked when both want to both want to
Cops
go
is
for it.
Cops is a hard one to do an
Oh.
overtake.
Sorry to disrupt you there, Tattoo. As he rejoined, I don't think he saw a faster car coming behind. Went to go to the right hand side, but he also went to the right.
Yeah. I also just noticed that too. He does have a drive-through penalty. He must have. I mean, I guess he sped in the pit lane. He did just pit on the last lap. So yeah, another driver falling victim. We saw this in Super League and Super League Lights. People just speeding as well in the pit lane. So it's obviously
Yeah.
a easy error to make. Who's that? Tom Voss has come in. He's serving his drive-through. Let's see where he comes out.
Looks like it's gonna be around P8, P9.
Okay, that's worked out a lot better than I thought it was going to be for him.
Definitely. And somebody that's actually deciding to really make an overcut work at the moment is Martin. Because he's out in front at the moment, but yeah,
Yeah, his pace is okay. If
it really is.
he's trying to nose stop,
That would be interesting.
that would be interesting. I don't think it's quicker.
Nah,
I suppose if people are behind him are battling constantly as well, it does slow them down. So you mean?
Yeah,
I
well,
mean-
put it this way, at the moment he's about 1.2 seconds off the pace compared to Fernandez and Vadin in P2 and P3.
Let's have a look at his tyres. Don't look too bad. The fronts don't look too bad at least.
Yeah. But at the moment, the battle for P5 and P4 and P6 at the moment is absolutely hit boiling point.
Oh,
Have a great view here on board of Ryan Elliott.
don't go 3 wide into Stowe, please.
I don't know if it's come up. Look at
Oh,
that.
he's gonna go for it. Is he going for it?
He's absolutely something. Kate Benny hangs it around the outside. Good stuff. Just about out onto the position. More
No,
about
Ryan. Well, we Ryan go for the inside. No, he
Oh
backs
my-
out of it.
You thought about it?
And we,
But,
oh, that's great driving by Ryan. Ryan.
oh, bit of a slide there from Stefano, but Ryan Elliott up into P5. And now look at that. Kate Benny.
Great
It's
race.
P5. Just
Ooh, a
contact
little
between the two. Bit of a swerve there from Ryan Elliott. But yeah, Stefano up into P4.
Still great racecraft there by Ryan. He gained a place there. I think he's going to gain a place here on Stefano here right now. Actually, he's got DRS on him. If he gets a good exit. Yeah, he's got a great exit. Yeah, I think it's a slam dunk.
Let's have a look. He goes
Oh,
ultra
not actually.
defensive.
No. Okay, Stefano's got really good wing settings then. I thought Ryan would be past him here. Stefano must have really low. Yeah, Stefano must have low wing settings in him.
Looks like it. Also, it's a bit of a late second move there from Stefano, as he almost chops off Ryan Elliott's front wing.
I think that's the borderline limit of what you can do at the moment.
Especially in these cars. I believe someone just went spinning there. I can't actually quite tell. But anyway, Fernandez then has already got past Martin. So Martin's been dropped into P2. I believe it happened through Cops corner. So there goes Fernandez then into P1. So just in front of him as well, you've also got one of those laps cars approaching very soon.
Yep, it's going back to Ryan Elliott, back in P5. He's going to have another run at Stefano Zanrosso.
Indeed.
Now, will he just go? I think he should just hang around the outside.
He's trying it.
Yep, here we go. Great move. Ooh,
Oh,
someone wants to play bumper cars.
Yeah. Ryan Elliott. Can he hang around the outside? Yes, he does. He's going to make it work. Be on the exit curb, side by side, through the final corner. Ah, so close, so close.
Yeah.
However, he's got so many laps to go. He doesn't really need to rush this overtake.
Yeah, and now we've got a four-way battle for P5.
Yeah, that is the problem.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's absolutely sent it.
I was just going to say, now Voss is catching these guys up. Now he's going to be in the back of this train. Wow.
Oh, there's contact between the two, Ryan Elliott and Stefano. Salas a bit. Ryan Elliott gets the job done. April's moved up to P6.
As far as right now, I'll just go left right now, straight away.
Yeah, he literally has to.
There we go.
Herd behind him.
There we go.
Sparse out.
Oh, nudges there.
Who's that running wide? I think that's
San Rosso. Elliott made contact, but yeah.
San Rosso, yeah. Ryan Elliott now into P4 then. Back to where he was at the end of lap 1 with just over 8-ish laps to go. Sorry, 6 laps to go. I don't know what happened to my laps there. But anyway, Ryan Elliott, and now this whole pack, in fact, actually leading down all the way down to Tom Voss. Almost made a move on that Zach Zamrazo then. But yeah, this pack is now gaining on the laps cars.
Oh, Penny took too much curb on the inside. That's going to leave him exposed on the exit.
Indeed, the laps cars weirdly is going defensive on them.
And
there goes Ryan Elliott.
Yep, San Rosso's made it past Penny.
That was a bit.
There we go.
And meanwhile, the battle for P2. There goes Van Dam up into P2. Then Martin jumps back into P2. Now looking at.
I was gonna say, if Martin was gonna pit on a one-stopper, he would have done it by now.
Yeah, I was literally.
I think he's going to the end.
Looks like it indeed.
I'll be honest. After looking at that last lap, I don't think he's gonna have the pace to keep this podium. I think. Well, let's see what happens when Ryan gets a full clear lap. See what the actual pace difference is between the two.
Yeah, but April now is on an absolute charge. And he's up into P5. Now on the back of Elliott. Can he gain enough speed down the straight into Brooklands corner?
Oh, it's a little bad for P10 actually. What have we got here? Got Josh Downard. He's P11 on the back of Rosani. Rosani has DRS actually.
Definitely. But there comes April into Cop's corner. Almost getting enough there, and Ryan Elliott runs a little bit wide. So at the moment, not too sure how things going to pan out, but Hanger Straight could also lead to opportunity for an overtake happen behind them. Anyway, the battle for P7 as Caitlin Penny's now under pressure from Tom Voss.
Oh, Ryan ran wide in Beckett, has left him exposed to April. April's going to go around the outside into Stowe. DRS. Ryan will send it up the inside, but don't. Oh, okay. More nudges.
Looks like it.
Yeah.
So Ryan Elliott round the outside into club. Can he get the job done? Yes, he can.
Yep.
April will try and hang on outside. There's bit of a slide there from April. But meanwhile, Ryan Elliott then is up into P5.
Yeah, these two battling is going to keep Martin in P3. They were only half a second quicker than him on that last lap, and 8.5 second gap. If they carry in that,
yeah,
Mark can have a bit of champagne today.
Looks like it. And meanwhile, Tom Voss is up into P7 and now quickly gaining on this massive battle. 3-car battle for P4. So Tom Voss quickly but surely is gaining on this pack. Meanwhile, Caitlin Penny absolutely sent one there down inside into Brooklyn. They couldn't make the overtake happen.
Sorry, Rance did run wide at the end of Wellington Straight. Penny's going to cut back underneath Rance here, and she should get a better run to Cop's corner here. Rance needs to go defensive right now. There we go. She goes to the right. Well, Penny, too wide here a couple of times hasn't gone well for some people. Well, okay.
very clean indeed.
Yeah, that's what you want to see.
Definitely. And there's meanwhile Fernandez. I'm gonna say, is he being caught? I can't quite tell, but
He's either being, I think Fernando's just managing the tyres at this point. He's got 3.5
Yeah.
second gap to play with.
as I say
well,
that,
yeah,
Fernandez
Chuma-
was very
yeah.
sideways into club corner then.
These guys catching Martin. What's the pace difference? Martin's under what, 43.4 that last lap. It's a good lap.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a decent lap for what he's done there. What's Ryan done? 42.0. 1.4 seconds out of him. And you can run these academy tyres to about 30% before they give you absolutely nothing back.
Pretty much, yeah.
So if
Oh, it's contact!
Oh.
Zanrazo, that's definitely how you say it. Either lost the back end into Village.
Did he take Penny with him? Looks like it.
I think it was Tom Voss. No, let's have yeah, no, I think Hayden Penny's fine. The means, I might be wrong, but
Okay, yeah.
oh, there's more contact.
Yeah,
Okay.
oh, he's flipped.
Yeah.
He's flipped.
He is
Oh,
absolutely
no.
falling right now. That is definitely not the way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, please be careful with your rejoin. Okay.
I mean, he's carrying on, so
Yeah, credit to him, yeah.
still in the top 10 place, so the perseverance is definitely there.
Yeah.
throughout the whole of this field.
Just looking at Martin through maggots, I think his tyres are just beginning to go away from him right now.
Looks like it.
The only problem is that April is still giving chase to Ryan. Ryan can't drop her at the moment, and Tom Voss is now in clear air. See if he can catch these guys up ahead of him.
Definitely, and there comes April through Stowe corner.
Yep, this podium's not set up for. This podium's definitely not set up.
Well, it's definitely not going to be easy, let me tell you that.
Yeah, tell you what, judging by this pace difference, the last lap's going to be very, very interesting.
Yeah, 1.4 seconds was the gap.
Yep, and again, 1.5 this time. Okay. 1.5, 3 laps to go. I think unless his tyres go off even more right now, then he might just get away with it.
But yeah, and there's Fernando's now behind some more traffic. One of them being, I believe that was trying to figure out who that was actually. Yeah, that was I think that was Francis there. But anyway, Fernando's cleared some traffic and now enters into Cop's corner.
Oh, who's around? Someone's around. Tom Voss is around.
He is. I don't know what happened to him there.
Did he I'm thinking he outbraked himself. Yeah,
Josh downward under pressure. Francesco, as they'll be entering into Luffield. Can he get the job done? No, he cannot. He's gonna have to hang it round through Luffield, back on the power. Can he get a good enough exit?
Yep, Tom Voss headed Wellington straight. They asked way too much of the rear end there.
Yeah.
That takes him out of any podium chances he may get.
Oh my, and downward goes a little bit track extending there through Cop's corner.
Yeah.
Holding on to the position.
Like I said, I think it's just screw track limits tonight.
I mean, yeah, that looks to be it. But yeah, look, between Zanrozo and Josh Downward, there is a perhaps Gunbuster, or there was in fact, not anymore. As but behind them actually is Bobby. So Bobby then starting to gain quite a bit here on this lovely battle for P10-ish.
Yeah,
a new fastest lap actually, that last lap from Campbell Wallace, 142.5. And so yeah, he's on the board as well. He's up there, down there in P19. So everybody at the moment settling into the race before the mayhem begins with this second to last lap charge, pretty much.
Yeah, Ryan Elliott took another second.
Goodness. Who was that? That was Francesco. Literally went sideways into that corner. I believe that was that was Village. And I think Josh literally
that sounds cool. Where was that?
I don't know what on earth happened to Francesco, but he literally went sideways across the track somehow has managed to keep hold of position. But I bet Josh had a freak little heart attack there for a split second. But he is now instantly back under pressure then from Francesco.
Oh. So, yeah, Tom. I think Tom Ross has passed Penny somewhere. I've missed that. I've missed that. Was that on the slab? Yeah, it was. The end of Wellington Straight.
Yeah.
Penny ran wide at the end of Wellington Straight. Voss said duck straight underneath her into is that a left field? I'm really bad at calling names.
But meanwhile, Francesco is seems to have a bit more downforce, looks like it, compared to Josh Downward, because he seems to gain a lot with Maggots and Beckett, but less so on the straight. So this is the battle at the moment. The battle for P11 as P10 starting to stretch their legs in these two, but Francesco all over the back now. Josh, can he gain enough? He's going to have the rest of the system here. Into turn one, is he going to go for the lunge?
Oh, don't go.
Oh, he's going for
No, don't go for it.
Oh,
Oh, no.
that almost ended in tears to both of them, but meanwhile, can Josh...
Oh, here comes.
Oh, he's under pressure as well. Oh, and no, never mind, actually. But yeah, Francesco then keeping hold of the P11. Josh Downward now under pressure for P12 because in P13 is Bobby behind them. P14 Angel as well. So this is an absolute squabble of cars all battling out here. Pretty much a pride in this race at the moment. Oh, and there goes the lunge from Bobby K. He can't quite make the overtake happen, as he's going to have to stick time for the meantime as they make their way through Luffield's corner. But for this time, this is actually the final lap of the race. Oh, there's contact. Who is that? Brian Elliott is absolutely literally, I don't know what's happened there. He's completely lost the car or something on the extra chapel curve.
Sorry, come back to the front. Fernandez finishes the race. He takes the academy win today.
Random will come home for P2. Good racing in there, and Martin looks just about is going to hold on here onto P3 then for the academy race here at Silverstone. P4 goes to April. P5 goes to Liam Rance. P6 we are covering Tom Voss after his earlier penalty. Ryan Elliott as that was close. As I think Kenny Penny had some contact, but P7 then will go to Matthias. P8 goes to Ryan Elliott. P9 goes to Caitlin Penny. P10 goes to Stefano Zamronzo.
Oh,
P11 goes to Francesco. P12 goes to Josh Downward. P13 Bobby. P14 Angel. P15 goes to Taurus. Okay.
I just said someone just got disqualified just now. Wow. Brink Hoistra.
Yeah. P16 goes to Nikos. P17 goes to Jaime. Rob P18. Simon P19. Christoph P20. Justinez P21. Rutberg P22. Campbell Wallace P23. As these guys still left to complete their race here. So it's not completely of them, as looks like most of them are now all through that. We're just waiting for two cars to complete the race here. And as Campbell, as he finishes across the line, and last person to cross the line then, but not last in position order, so and that could be some success there. There's Norbert Paulson as he enters into curb corner, hard on the brakes and then back on the power. A lot of steering locks. Obviously he struggled with time throughout this race as he then mounts the curb and across the line then to take home P24. So Sandy then, that was an interesting race to say the least.
I enjoyed that, especially the midfield battle.
Yeah, that was definitely a lot cleaner than I think most people were expecting.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I'll criticise is track limits, to be honest, that's about it. But yeah, I mean, you obviously saw you did see a couple of nudges around. But yeah, there was some clean battles, like Rance and Penny going side by side through cops. That's a good to highlight to see in the race. But literally died on that last lap. His last lap was a 45.2 compared to what he was doing before, which is 43s, 44s. So yeah, one more lap, he would have been a goner.
Yeah, definitely. But Fernandez then takes the win with a 7-second clearance over Van Der. Good race from Fernandez. Definitely was a winner that was definitely unsurprising, but I think he showed a lot of people here what he's capable of. Kept us cool, took the lead of the race, and didn't make a mistake in the pits, and pretty much read his own race and took the win here. Of course, we have a surprise podium from Martin doing the no stop strategy. So that was definitely a one to be look at and one to take into consideration to future academy races. So Sandeep, what can you conclude from today's race?
Well, driver of the day, Fernandez. He started P2, took the lead off Voss, kept his cool, didn't crack under pressure. And then at the end of the day, he got the win. Voss was right there, but he made that one mistake with the drive-through penalty, and that's gifted the win away to Fernandez. And I presume we'll see Fernandez now on the FC grid now in the academy car. I don't know I'm not sure how it works for him, but I'm sure someone will be keeping an eye on Fernandez now in future races. He had really strong pace throughout. He's doing 141. That's strong. That's really strong pace. That's up there with what we had, isn't it? 141s.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, but MC in the midfield, we had nice battles. I think Rance, April, Ryan Elliott, Caitlin Penny. Yeah,
Yeah.
we saw battles everywhere. That's fun to see. At least everyone had fun.
Yeah. As is that somebody's actually still in the pit? And that is Christoph doing some
Donuts
last
P20.
minute donuts. There we go. Obviously, he's not quite done yet with the racing here today, as he does.
He wants to
for
go
that.
again.
He does as well. He no. Oh, okay. There we go then. That is Christoph very happy with some point then in. But anyway, we're moving on to the interviews then, lads. As let's see who we can have first in our list. As we got a few drivers waiting to be interviewed, so we'll now just wait and but yeah, as I said before, some good racing all around, and we'll now get to see what the so let's go with the first one then. Sandeep, who do you think deserves the first interview?
Let's get Liam Rance. He did finish highest out of the lot we got at the moment.
Hello?
Hi Liam, how you doing? How was your race tonight then?
Oh, it was hectic, to say the least. I'll tell you what. Oh,
Who would you? I see. Yeah, we saw you battling away with pretty much every lap. I don't think I saw you without a driver next to you. Actually, yeah. And hey, he had some clean driving. I noticed you went side by side in cops with a couple of drivers. That's
I think
not
I did
many.
that for half the laps in the race. To be fair.
Not many drivers could do that, to be honest. So yeah, you could be proud of yourself of your race car tonight.
Tell you what, I did almost bin it at Maggots and Beckett's. I was laughing at Jamie for crashing at Stowe and almost lost it myself. So
Well then, obviously you had a good race and finishing up in P5. So good job from you. Now let's get the insights of Tom Voss, who of course took the pole position and unfortunately ended up picking up a penalty. So a penalty for speeding the pit lane. So
you're next.
Tom then. So obviously not the way you wanted to finish the race, but let's see your side of things.
Yeah, it didn't go well. First stint was nice, but second stint I was nowhere. No grip at all, and yeah, a stupid move from me, and yeah, sad. A sad end.
Right, so that obviously didn't exactly go the way you planned it to go. So do you feel like you can improve next time out?
Yes, definitely. First I need to turn on the speed limiter and it will be fine.
So next then we're gonna move over to Josh Danwood, who had a recovering drive pretty much after lap one. He ended up finishing up in P12. So hello Josh, how you doing?
Hello, doing all right?
Yeah, you
Wasn't-
did indeed.
Yeah, it wasn't quite the race I'd had in mind, but oh well.
So yeah, talk us through your lap one, because obviously didn't exactly go the way you wanted it to go.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I couldn't join quali until I think I had about 5 minutes left, so I didn't have a chance to get a proper representative lap in. So I was starting in the midfield anyway. And then yeah, it was just what was it? It was turn 4, wasn't it? I think I got hit.
Yeah.
I think from what I remember, it was just I saw people crashing on the inside, but couldn't do anything about it really. And yeah, I mean there was I think I got hit quite a few times that race, which wasn't great, but I was quite happy to make it up quite a few places because I didn't pit when other people did. I didn't pit at all, so I think that helped me quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, you did extremely well to end up in P12. Obviously, after your first lap excursions, you did a good drive to end yourself up in P12. So it was a lovely recovery drive, to say the least.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Next, we're going to move over then to Ewan McGlade, who didn't have the the best race, to say the least, because didn't end up finishing inside the top 24. However, you know, it's early days. It's still the Academy series. You know, obviously pushing to limits is what this series is used for. So, hello, how are you doing?
Cat caught his tongue, huh?
Looks like it.
I was
You was
gonna
never
s-
this quiet normally.
Is Tom still there, by the way? I was
Oh,
gonna
sorry.
ask him.
Yes, I'm still here.
Sorry, I'm back.
Okay, I'll wait to the end and ask him some stuff.
I
Carry
didn't
on.
hear the moving sound.
No worries. So, obviously didn't exactly goes the way you wanted it to go. So, how was
It
it for
went
you?
exactly the way I wanted it to be honest. I
Oh,
was
was
much
it?
better than I was in China or Monza, so very pleased with that.
That's
Got all
always
the way
good
up
news.
to P20 on lap 1. Got into
Yeah.
a few scruffs and, you know.
So, what are your plans for Germany then? Do you feel like you can improve your finishing position, or is it going to be a new approach?
I'd like to finish for a start.
Well, I mean that is always a nice goal to have. You know, finishing is obviously one of the first steps you can have to doing well in a race.
I always thought it was starting, but alright.
But so obviously that has been it here today. And Silverstone. So Sandeep, any last things you would like to say?
I was gonna ask Tom a couple of questions actually. What was the dirty air like when you're following Fernandez? Do you think it was wearing out your tires a bit more?
No, not really, but I could keep the pace, but nah, I couldn't quite get there to make the overtake. So yeah, it was an equal pace. So
And then I noticed as well, you two pit on the same lap, but you sort of like made a late move, like you changed your mind last minute to make that pit stop, or?
yeah, I wanted to be in the same lap as him, and he was going to the pits, and I was in the slipstream. And if I would turn left, my rear was gone. So I thought, yeah, I would go for it. That's right.
But I was gonna say as well, I mean, you've been practicing a lot the last couple of weeks. You showed good pace tonight. You took pole position. You could be proud of that. I mean,
Yeah, that's
you,
at least one
there's a lot of
positive point.
positives you can. Yeah, there's a lot of positives you can take. So I was gonna suggest like don't like beat yourself down on it.
No. It's
Yeah.
gonna be fine.
We're gonna see you back.
Yeah.
All right.
May-
Yeah. I'll see you next round then.
So yeah, that has been it from me and Sandeep here at the home of British Motorsport at Silverstone, and we hope you all enjoyed this absolutely fascinating race. And until next time, goodbye.